Hello, welcome to the Friday Qualifier Explainer video for the CUUC 2019 Championships. Let's start quickly with the women's division. We have 7 teams playing for 3 bids. The Prairie bid was not reallocated because Regina likes to play for their bid at CUUC, so we just left it in there. That's why you have 3 bids. The competition committee reviewed 7 possible formats. 7 is a prime number, so it can't be split evenly, and it's too big for a full round robin in one day. So the competition committee approved 2 pools of 3 and 4. Pool of 3 teams plays their games to 15 points. Pool of 4 teams plays their games to 13 points. The pool winners will go straight to Div 1. The pool runners-up will play each other for the final bid. That game is played to 13 points, as it will be the 4th game of the day for one of the 2 teams. Let's talk about the seeding of the 7 teams. 5 teams are from Ontario. The 2 other teams, Laval B and Regina, they finished behind all 5 Ontario teams in 2018, so they will be seeded 6th and 7th respectively. Looking at the records among the 5 teams, Mac is 5-1, only lost to Ryerson. Ryerson is 1-5, so they will be placed 1st and 5th respectively. Looking at the record among the 3 remaining teams, we see Waterloo is 3-1, Western is 2-2, and Carleton is 1-3, each team having played each other 2 times. So Waterloo will be seeded 2nd, Western 3rd, and Carleton 4th. Alright, and now onto the open division, where things are a little bit more complicated. We have 12 teams for 2 bids. There were many questions about the Atlantic bid being reallocated to McGill. Ideally, Ultimate Canada would have done this before the tournaments, but UNB, University of New Brunswick, had a valid request for a bid, but failed to meet the roster requirements in the end. So, as Memorial had not participated in the open division in Atlantic, I wasn't obliged to save the bid for them the same way I did for Regina in the women's division. McGill's record as the next best team from CUUC Easterns was examined, and I determined that they hadn't lost to any of the remaining Friday qualifier teams, and they finished the next best team at Easterns. If Easterns had been reimagined as a tournament with 4 bids, they would have had that bid, so when we offered them the bid, they accepted. That's why we only have 2 bids, which is the minimum number we're required to have. The competition committee reviewed 8 different formats. They approved a format that has 4 pools of 3 teams. The pool winners will play off for the 2 bids. Since this tournament is essentially run as 2 6-team events, the competition committee once again approved a random draw from bins, as they did last year. I built 4 bins. Bin A has the top 2 teams. Bin B has the next 4 teams, and that's the turn at the snake seed. Bin C has the next 4 teams, and that's the turn at the other side of the snake. And Bin D has the last 2 teams. I examined the results of all the events. Teams from outside Ontario, Memorial, Sherbrooke, and Regina, did not match up with the top 6 or 7 Ontario teams based on 2018 CUUC results. So I could examine just the Eastern results for the top 6-7 teams. So in Bin A, we get the top teams from Ontario. They were Waterloo A and Toronto A. So the 5th place team at CUUC Easterns, Waterloo A, they've only lost to teams. Their only loss to teams that are not already in Div 1 is Toronto A. So because they're both in Bin A, that makes sense to leave Waterloo A there. Toronto A has losses to Waterloo A, Mac A, and Western, but they've also beaten each of those teams, and they've even beaten Western twice. That's why I've included them in Bin A. As the 6th team from Easterns, they also finished the next best of Easterns. So in Bin B now, where we have the next 4 teams, the 7th, 8th, and 9th place teams from Easterns are Western, Ottawa, and McMaster A. So they're all going to go into this bin. There is a complicated mix of wins and losses among these teams, but they've never lost to teams lower than this bin. So they all fit well together in this bin. The 4th team in this bin is going to be the 10th place team from Easterns, the next best team at Easterns, which is Guelph. They beat York at Easterns, and they finished much higher in 2018 than the other remaining teams. Bin C now, which is the snake at the other end of the turn. We have York, Memorial, and Sherbrooke. They were all pretty even teams in 2018. So that's York, Memorial, and Sherbrooke. They all fit well together. The last team that is going to join them is Regina, ahead of both remaining B teams. So they're in bin C. So that means that in the last bin, bin D, we have McMaster B and Waterloo B. Well, this should say D here. B here for Western. And D for Waterloo B. Thank you. So this bin D that's got Waterloo B and Mac B, they're not going to draw. We're just going to assign it so that Mac A and Mac B are not in the same pool. Okay, so without further ado, let's do the drawing now, the random draw. So we're going to start. We have Toronto A and Waterloo A both going into the bag. Okay, mix them up please, Zach. So going with the number 1 overall seed, which will be Team 1 in Pool C, we're going to have Waterloo A. And that means that the top team in Pool D is going to be Toronto A. Okay, so now we'll go into bin B, where we've got 4 teams. We've got Guelph, we've got Western, we've got Ottawa, we've got McMaster A, so please shake those up. Get in and stir them around. So first we're going to start with the first team in Pool E. We've got McMaster A. The next one is the first team in Pool F, which is Western. The next team is going to be F2, which is Ottawa. And the last team, which is E2, is Guelph. Okay, so now let's do Pool Bin C, which has Regina, Sherbrooke, York, and Memorial. They all go in the bag. Give them a stir and shake. We're starting with D2. In our snake seating, D2 is going to be Sherbrooke. You need us to take Sherbrooke. Next, we're going to go with C2. C2 is Regina. Regina goes up to C2. Next, we're getting C3, which is Memorial. We get Memorial as C3, which leaves D3 as York. Okay, and then bin D, which we don't need, has McMaster B. We want to avoid McMaster A with McMaster B, so we'll put McMaster B over here. And that leaves Waterloo A over here. Waterloo B, thank you, Zach. So Waterloo B. So here are our 4 pools where the winners of Pool C and Pool F will face off, and the winners of Pool D and Pool E will face off. Thank you for tuning in for our draw, and good luck at CUUC.